Right, well, thank you for coming along today. Hopefully you'll learn something. I'm here to learn and nothing else. So we have a lot of great speakers from internationally renowned organizations to great local SMEs and some academic work. So the sponsorship that we have is from IOTA. The IOTA Foundation are keen to understand identity, integration with IoT, and so on. So they have been excellent in really providing us with the core sponsorship for the event. We also have an amazing Scottish company based on the Isle of Skye and with a lot of the development team in Edinburgh. Now looking towards 100 people focused on identity, citizens' rights, electronic health records, and so on. It's great to see the local industry so buoyant, but I think we could do 10 times better. We want to create 100 site kits and so on, and we want to do that across the world. So setting up collaboration with international partners must be key in what we're doing. If we silo our identities, then we're going nowhere. We need to open up and share information, share knowledge, and make sure that we're building the future around our citizens. So we're also sponsored by SiteKit. Today, Chris is giving our end note talk, and he will explain what their focus is. And in Scotland, we have a collaborative infrastructure called SIXA, and we collaborate together, and they're providing sponsorship, enabling PhD students and students to come along to this event. The hashtag's there, so please tweet and take photographs and so on. We're in here and also in the other venue. So the IOTA statement, I think, perfectly encapsulates our feeling. It's empowering trust, value, and ownership. Those are core, fundamental things, thank you, that we have on the internet. And empowering a global community, I like the word global, to build a new economy. And it's true. We're stuck in the 1980s with our economy. We're still using paper-based methods. We can't log into our NHS systems and so on. We're still signing with wet signatures. So we need to transform our economy, and whichever countries can do that as quick as possible will win. Finland, Estonia, the big lumbering dinosaurs of economies, and you know who they are, might struggle to transform. The little economies, the little countries may do better. So the opportunities are there for us all, and the big companies who refuse to change, they will evaporate, just like we have seen for every decade. And I think of Bitcoin as a Model T. In fact, go back even further than that, the penny farthing. To me, Bitcoin is a penny farthing, and third generation blockchain is a Tesla car. It's up to us to tell citizens the difference and to get away from this, everything is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, making money and so on. What we're trying to build is a new world, a new economy, and we're trying to give rights to those who really matter. So it's a changing world, and we're very lucky to have the SiteKit team here, and they show how you can build a very strong company and to face up against the big companies, the Facebooks, the Googles. I had a term called FANG, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. That is some competition. And we need to make sure that the FANGs don't win all the time. And if that happens, it becomes a monopoly. So we need to do everything that we can to promote small and innovative SMEs to grow and hopefully to take on the power of some of these big companies. So this is the e-Red book that Scikit created, very much focused on putting the power back to the parents in terms of healthcare for their children. And we're very lucky to deal collaborate with people such as Adam Vaziri, who I met, and he's always been an inspiration to me. They have supported our lab for 3 years and have done at every point helped us with the research. So today we've got a number of tracks. After this session, we'll split into 2. Just choose which one that you want to do. Don't worry, they're all recorded, so you can watch them back when you've got time. Our lab itself, if you've seen the lab, it's down at Merchiston. It's not here, so we can't show you it. But we're all about creating distributed applications with a focus on the citizen. And everybody talks about the 7-layer model, OSI model, networking, IP, TCP. Well, I like this. This is a 7-layer model of the future. It's a 7-layer model of finance, cryptography at the lowest layer, maths, software engineering, linking into the cryptography, and then all the lovely things that we really want from our systems, governance, value, and so on, build in there. Identity cuts across and isn't a horizontal. It's not a horizontal, it's a vertical. Identity must be integrated like Lego blocks. And our identity starts here and then goes right up to there and so on. That's the future, integrated systems where identity is at the core. And when people talk to me about blockchain, I only see the Merkle tree. Okay, the Merkle tree is the core. It's not Bitcoin. It's not cryptocurrency. It's the Merkle tree. It's hashes. It's making sure that everything can be done correctly. So we think that the future might be something like this. You might have a ledger, which is more public, and you'll have a private, and everything on a permissioned or permissionless blockchain is anonymized. Don't put anything on a blockchain that's sensitive. It needs to be anonymized in some way. And then this day, this is my signature, I think. I have no idea. So I've said many times when the Amazon parcel comes, I just sign like that. In fact, one Amazon driver actually said, "It's okay, I'll sign for you." Honestly, I wanted to take a photograph of it. And he went, "That's crazy. How can you say that that is anything trustworthy?" So the future, really, hopefully, is to work towards designing societies, get rid of physical borders and all those old legal things that we have in the past, and really distribute our societies and to try and build better and more trusted society that integrates privacy, trust, governance, and consent into them. So that's our kind of old world. That's the industrial age, and our new age, hopefully, is starting to look towards attestations, digital signing, trustworthiness of everything that we actually do. So we need to get rid of our old ways that we've adopted from the past and move on to new ones. And I think that cryptography is doing a good job in security, but it can actually build a better society, a more resilient society. And unfortunately, Tim May died this year. We're starting to see some of the founders of the internet fading away, which is unfortunate. But Tim May said that this will be a social and an economic revolution based on public key, zero knowledge proof, and so on. And it will change virtually everything that we actually do. He said, just like the printing press changed the world and people were against it. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. It's back. Did I press something? Just like the printing press came along and destroyed a previous era and people were against it Again, it is a Scottish word, against it. Just because people were against it didn't mean that it was wrong, and very little could stop that from happening. So hopefully we'll see crypto logic, call it whatever you want, will be the revolution that will change everything that we actually see. So in our first session today, we're very lucky to have someone from sunny Brazil to come all the way to cooler Scotland. And I'll bring up Will to introduce